Please welcome the engineers.
In sacks this season. I believe he's got 7.5 sacks this season. So he's a guy that we have to account for on every play. But they get 11 guys to the football. They run from sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone, and they really play a relentless style of defense. So, we're going to have our hands full on both sides of the ball.
How about their,
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the north end zone. Instead of introducing starters this afternoon, we'd like to recognize our seniors one more time. So please welcome a running back, number 5, J.T. Kelly. A wide receiver, number 7, Connor Davies. Linebacker, number 8, Jair Dorsey. Wide receiver, number 9, Danny Calabro. Also a wide receiver, number 14, Keaton Ackerman. And another wide receiver, number 16, Pat Etter. A running back, number 21, Nick Chella. At defensive back, number 23, Sean Egan. Defensive back, number 24, Matt Boone. A defensive back, number 25, DJ Stefanski. Defensive back, number 27, Brendan Zotti. A running back, number 29, Rob Law. Defensive back, number 37, Rory McCarthy. Defensive back, number 38, Luke Watanabe. At defensive back, number 39, Anthony Gallo. A linebacker, number 44, Jack Hogard. Offensive lineman, number 52, Aaron Castillo. Offensive lineman, number 54, Bobby Boos. Offensive lineman, number 73, Chris New. Defensive lineman, number 76, Rohan Cherian Ash. A wide receiver, number 80, Angelo Aida. Wide receiver, number 82, Quinn Feddick. Defensive lineman, number 83, Paul Marinan. And the defensive lineman, number 89, Cole Valinati. The Rensselaer football class of 2019, the rest of the engineers, and their head coach, Ralph Isernia.
It would give us a good opportunity and a good chance of hosting. And, the thing that we told our guys this week was, we don't know what our first round opponent is. We don't know if we're playing at home. We don't know if we're playing on the road. So let's treat this shoes game, as our first round of the playoffs. It's essentially a first round playoff game for us because there are no guarantees for who or where we're playing next week.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bob.
And we're live once more here at the East Campus Stadium.
The officials have called the captains of both teams to midfield for the coin toss. Captains for Union, number 7, Jack Riley. Number 8, Bobby Law. And number 56, Phil Panisi. For the Engineers, 44, Jack Hogard. 52, Aaron Castilla. And 23, Sean Egan.
Do the Dutchmen have so far this season? So the win could play into a factor here.
Union, you're the visitor for today. You're going to call a toss. That's the head, tail, head, tail. It is nice. I'm going to let it fall on the ground. What's your call? Tails is the call.
They are already in the NCAA tournament.
It is a head. RPI wins the toss.
They win the tiebreaker.
RPI's won. They choose to defer. They want the ball. What goal do you wish to defend?
They would be co-champions with Ithaca, but RPI wins the tiebreaker. But
Slide around that way.
RPI, it's now seeded.
Union, slide around this way. Union will receive opposite the scoreboard, first half kickoff. Good luck, men.
RPI has won the coin toss. They defer to the second half.
RPI won. They deferred their selection to the second half. So Union will be getting the ball to start today's game. And now we're going to have the national anthem at East Campus Stadium.
We ask that you rise and move your hats for the performance of the national anthem of the United States of America by the RPI Company.
Before we get started with action today, we would like to remind you first, this is WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium on the RPI campus in Troy, New York. Kurt's still on the call for you today. Also, we would like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of Engineer Football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we are sending something out over the ether of the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. I mentioned just before, RPI won the coin toss, but they will be kicking off. They deferred their selection to the second half, so Union College will be getting the ball to start out today's game. I would say a moderate to light crowd here at the East Campus Stadium. It is November. It is cold in Troy. It's approximately 40 degrees, right around there. And windy. It's not going to be a pleasurable time in the stands. Really, if you're a fan of football, this is an 8-0 team versus a 6-2 team in a rivalry game. You'd like to see a bigger crowd out there, but that's not to be, it looks like today. RPI will be going left to right. It'll be Union right to left across your radio dial in quarter number one. The sun is now shining here at the East Campus Stadium. It's been ducking in and out of the clouds all morning. Ball falls off the tee as Christian is getting ready to kick the ball away. Beal and Cesaro back deep. And the Dutchman Shoes game is underway. Kicking against the wind. Christian's kick will go to Beal at the 10, 15 to the 20. Beal is tripped up right around the 25-yard line. And that's where Union will take over. They'll take over right. Nope, they're going to put him closer to the 26. They'll put Union at the 26-yard line to start out today's game. Union offense is coming out. Will Bellamy is the quarterback for the Dutchmen. Union in their road white helmets, white jersey. Garnet? Is it garnet? I think they're garnet pants. Union on first down will put this one on the ground. It'll get him maybe 1, maybe 2 yards. Irabor on the carry for Union goes to the left, and he makes it out to the 27. So we'll call that a pickup of 1 for the Dutchman. Well, on the near hash mark, 2nd down and 9 for Union. No score here, just underway in the 2018 Dutchman Shoes game. Union's got 3 wideouts, 1 man in the backfield. Snap, fake the handoff, Bellamy throws, that's complete, 30, 35-yard line, and out at the 37. That'll be a first down to Andre Ross. Union moves the chains. First time today. We have no score here. First quarter. 14-10 to go in the quarter. Union first and 10 at their own 38. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Union College. Lone running back behind Bellamy. First down and 10 for the Dutchman. They will look to the sidelines for the call and take the snap. Bellamy's going to roll out to his right after taking a handoff. Ross has a completion, and Ross is near a first down as he scurried to the far sideline. He went down at the 47, and that'll be a yard short of a first down. It was McCarthy on the tackle for RPI. And sets up a 2nd and 1 for the Union Dutchman. 3 wideouts to the left this time for Union College. Irabor in the backfield. Bellamy out of the shotgun. 2nd and 1. Fakes the handoff. Again, that's going to be a throw, and that's avoiding a tackle and getting a first down out to the 42-yard line is Beal. An Indian defender just raced past him, tried to do the one-arm grab. That didn't work. And as a result, instead of getting tangled up with the defender, Beal is able to get some more yards. He's to the RPI 42, and that's another Union first down. We have 13:05 to go here, first quarter. No score, RPI versus Union in Liberty League football. The RPI defense pointing something out to the Union offense, maybe looking for a call, I don't know. Snap, and it's going to be a running play for the Dutchman, and that's going to get them maybe 4 yards. That was Travis Demby coming from a slot back from the wide receiver position to come back over and take the handoff. So actually more of a slot back position was Demby in. 3 wideouts to the right. You have a tight end on the left, or a receiver on the left, however you want to look at it. Bellamy out of the shotgun. Demby is in the backfield. 2nd down and 6 for Union College. Bellamy fakes a handoff, throws, that is complete to the 20-yard line, down to the 19 for Ross, and that'll be another Union first down. So the Dutchman on this opening drive of today's game not having much of an issue moving the ball so far. Talking with Union Radio before the game, talking about this matchup and the passing game from Union going against an RPI defense that had trouble with the St. Lawrence passing game last week. We both kind of agreed that that was, the thing to look at in today's game. For Union, 12 minutes to go here, first quarter, 1st and 10 at the RPI 19. No score between RPI and Union. Handoff, and that is a straight up the middle. Irabor is not going to find much. Not much there for Union, although the push from the offensive line did get them 2 yards. So Irabor is able to get 2 yards for the Dutchman. 2nd down and 8 for Union College. You can hear the wind in the background. It is kind of going against Union right now, although it's difficult to gauge the wind here at the East Campus Stadium. The flags that are higher up and away blow more than the flags at the top of the pylons. Bellamy fakes the handoff, play action, throws, looking for Irabor around the 3, and that goes incomplete. Also took out one of the officials. He's up and okay, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8 for St. Lawrence for Union. I was going to say, in the St. Lawrence game last week, RPI only gave up 20 points in that game. So St. Lawrence did pass a lot of the field, but once they got closer to the goal line, it became more difficult, and the RPI defense tightened up. So RPI has now put Union in a 3rd and 8 at the RPI 17-yard line. Let's see if that's the case here. And RPI can do the same thing to the Dutchman that they did to the Saints last week. 3 receivers to the right. Ross is alone on the left. He's the man to watch there for Union College. Irabor in the backfield, Bellamy out of the shotgun. And he fakes a handoff, throws in the flat far side, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Beal right near the sideline, and I'm not sure if that got taken by the wind or if he just didn't see that clearly, as you're kind of looking back towards where the sun is, and it goes incomplete on 3rd down. So it'll be 4th and 8 for Union, and the offense at this moment is staying out there. Two receivers each side. Irabor next to Bellamy in the backfield. 4th and 8 at the RPI 17. Dutchmen are going for it. Play clock down to 2, 1. They snap the ball. Bellamy looks to throw. He gets hit. Ball's in the end zone. That's incomplete. Union turns it over on downs at the RPI 17-yard line. There was good coverage on that play. I'm not sure the ball was catchable. .11:04 to go here in the first quarter. RPI and Union, no score. RPI getting its first possession of the game as George Marinopoulos will take his team out onto the field. RPI trailed last week. They hadn't trailed in a while. They trailed for under 3 minutes in last week's game by 1 point to St. Lawrence. And Davies is actually going to be in the quarterback position. He takes the ball, and the Wildcat doesn't work. Davies is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Marinopoulos was on the field, lined up as a wideout on the right side. So he was out there, but Davies was actually in the quarterback position as RPI ran the Wildcats successfully in previous games, particularly against Hobart. Doesn't work that time. No gain on first down for RPI. 2nd and 10, ball at their own 17-yard line. First possession of the game for RPI. Marinopoulos throws, and that is incomplete. He was looking for McDonald around the 25, but McDonald hadn't turned to look for the ball yet. Paul Chambers on the coverage there for Union College. McDonald had never turned to look. Chambers actually saw it, but McDonald was in the way of him trying to get to the ball, so it goes incomplete on 2nd down. 3rd down and 10 for RPI from the 16-yard line. They'll say 11 on the scoreboard, but I think it's negligible. Flag on the play. This might be a free play for RPI. Marinopoulos puts it up in the air. It's incomplete around the 40-yard line. Again, the combo of McDonald covered by Chambers was out on that play. Going against the wind was RPI. And it's going to be offsides against Union. So that'll be 5 yards against the Dutchman. And RPI will get the down over. It'll make it 3rd and about 5 for the Engineers as they'll move the ball up just beyond the 21-yard line of RPI. We have 10:18 to go here in the first quarter. No score, RPI versus Union. As it is now 3rd and 5. A little late fixing the scoreboard. 2 wideouts each side for RPI. Engineers haven't put the ball on the ground. Cella is in the backfield. And that pass, that's complete along the line of scrimmage. It's to Ackerman. Ackerman to the 25. Ackerman to the 30. That's a first down as Ackerman is out of bounds at the 31. And RPI moves the chains for the first time today. 10-10 left to go here. First quarter in the Dutchman Shoes game. RPI nothing and Union nothing. 1st and 10 RPI at their own 31. RPI looks to the sidelines. George Marinopoulos is the quarterback for RPI. The tailback is Nick Cello. The slot backs are Connor Davies and Rob Law. He's back in action. He was out last week. Keaton Ackerman and Nick Smith are the wide receivers. Calabro, who was out last week, is not listed on the 2-deep today. So he still may be out for RPI. Fake the handoff to Cella. Pass that's incomplete. It was good coverage by Newman on the intended receiver, Smith. Newman basically was able to get a hand on the other side in front of him, knock the ball, and then hit Smith once the ball was touched. So it was good coverage. It prevents any gain. It's incomplete on first down. The line up front for RPI, Chris New, Thomas O'Lawson, Bobby Booz, Rick Demboski, and Aaron Castillo. That is the RPI defense. With the incomplete pass, it is now 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Handoff, first time RPI puts it on the ground. Cella to the 35, to the 40. Cella breaks a tackle and just gets tripped up around the 38. He falls, the 44. He falls forward to the 46, and that'll be another RPI first down.
Gain of 15 and a first down for the Engineers at their own 46-yard line.
Engineers moving the ball well on this first drive. Lubrano on the tackle for Union College. Prevented Cella from getting a bigger gain. Kind of just hit him in the hip, knocked him off balance, and that's enough to put him on the ground. 1st and 10 RPI at their own 46. No score. 9 minutes to go here in quarter number 1 in Troy. Engineers This will be a handoff to Cella on first down. He runs right, now tries to turn it upfield, and he'll be stopped at the 48-yard line. Cella not finding any room over on that side.
Tackled by number 8, Bobby Law.
It was really Jack Riley. Heard Coach Izernia talking about Jack Riley before the start of the game. Jack Riley actually moved the man who was blocking him towards Cella, and that kind of threw him off balance and away from the lane he wanted to take, which ultimately caused him to fall to the ground. 2nd down and 8 after that gain of 2. Low snap, Marinopolis has it. RPI, Marinopolis puts it up in the air, and that is incomplete. Lubrano was the closest person to the ball. It was basically double coverage on the far side of the field. McDonald was the intended receiver. And it was over McDonald's head, and Lubrano coming at an angle had the best chance at that, but it still falls incomplete. As long as it's not an INT, it's okay. 3rd down and 8 for RPI at their own 48-yard line. 2 receivers each side for RPI. Marinopolis out of the shotgun. Looks to his right. Now throws over the middle. Cella's got it. Cella's got a first down. Cella is tackled finally at the 40-yard line. Vanderhoof, first hit on him just beyond the 40, and he got a little help after that, but credit Vanderhoof on the tackle there for Union College. But it is an RPI first down at the 40-yard line. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score, RPI versus Union in the Dutchman Shoes Trophy game. Engineers 3 receivers bunched to the right, and this is going to be a run, and Davies is back in, and the Wildcat, and he makes it down to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 3. And again, Marinopolis is on the field when they're running the Wildcat right now. He's just going out to line up as a wide receiver. And it's usually a safe bet. If your quarterback's out there lined up as a wide receiver, the play is probably going to the other side, and that's the case in that situation. 2nd and 7 for RPI, ball at the Union 37-yard line. Marinopolis looks to throw, puts it up, and overthrows Ackerman, and that goes onto the RPI side of the line, and that is incomplete on 2nd down. Third down and 7, ball at the 37-yard line of Union for RPI. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cella in the backfield, Marinopolis out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, looked left, now straight ahead, under pressure, and Marinopolis is sacked back at the 48. Gioso on the sack for Union College, and RPI is now going to send out the punt team. That's a loss of about 10 yards on that play. So back up near midfield, RPI is going to send Moncrief out to punt. Tucker Newman, back deep for Union College to receive this kick. This is RPI going against the wind. Ball's kicked, sideline, bounces out of bounds inside, right around the 15 is where it hit. Where do they call it out? 15-yard line. They'll say it was out at the 15-yard line. We have 6:34 to go here, first quarter in Troy. No score in the Dutchman Shoes Trophy game. Dutchman coming out for their second possession. Will Bellamy, the quarterback. The running back is Ike Irabor. Griffin Beal and Packy Brown are wide receivers, along with Andre Ross, the man we're told to watch. Irabor takes the carry. He gets spun around as he hits the line of scrimmage and able to get ahead. He's able to get ahead for 3 yards to the 18-yard line. Tight end Pat Ryan for Union College. Then the line is Tim Driscoll, Chris Cachadorian, Ryan Efretz, Teddy Hood, and Alex Hamilton. Gain of 3 for Ivor. 2nd and 7 for Union College. 3 wideouts to the left, tight end on the right. And that's a running play, and that was down at the line of scrimmage. Irabor tripped up basically. He kind of stumbled and his knee hit. So he was down at the line of scrimmage. So no gain for Union on second down. Third down and 7 for the Dutchman at the 18-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Bellamy fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's got some room to run. He'll put the ball up, and that is complete. I think that was Beal who got it. No, they're going to say out of bounds. They'll say out of bounds. I thought Beal had it along the sideline. Beal's going to object mildly to the call, and I don't see Union really objecting to that either. So perhaps difficult to see. That's on the far side of the field, but if part of him was on the white line, yeah, it looks like on the replay his left foot was actually just on the line. So it looks like that was a good call by the officials. It'll be fourth down now for Union, and 4th and 7, ball in the 18. They will be punting. Ball is away, and it's a low kick. It hits somebody around the 40-yard line, and the ball is going to be downed at the 37 of Union. So the punter, that was Will Halpin, is not a good kick. He was going against, the wind is blowing in both directions at the same time, because now he's going against the wind, and the wind just keeps changing direction here. So the ball's, where are they going to spot this one? If it was touched illegally by Union, because it did hit somebody in the back and bounced backwards, then the ball should be where it was illegally touched, not where it was downed. And they are putting the ball at the 38 of Union. We have 5:02 to go here in quarter number 1 in Troy. No score between RPI and Union, and not a very good punt there. Union's line of scrimmage was the 18. RPI will be scrimmaging at the 38. So they only got 20 yards out of that punt, did the Dutchman. Engineers, 1st and 10 at the 38 of Union. No score, 5:02 to play, first quarter. Cella on the handoff, tries to cut off the left side of the line, breaks free. I don't know how he did that, and Cella is down to about the 32. Samuels in there on the tackle for Union College. And we have an official timeout on the field as there is an injured Union player. So there will be a timeout. 4:48 to go here in quarter number 1. RPI nothing and Union nothing. Games to watch out of town. So RPI, we should tell you, is ranked 3rd in the region, the East region. They could move up with some losses ahead of them. Brockport and Frostburg are the only teams ahead of them. Brockport has clinched a spot in the NCAA tournament. Frostburg has not. Frostburg, if they lose to Salisbury today, would be probably in the tournament, but they would not clinch an automatic berth. And the Frostburg-Salisbury State game takes place at 1 o'clock, so we're not going to have a score for you. Also coming on today, Ithaca and Cortland. Ithaca is regionally ranked. RPI wants Ithaca to win. The Cortiga Jug game, they are in the first quarter. They have no score. That game is being played in Cortland. Here it's 2nd and 4 for RPI. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. No score, RPI versus Union. Engineers at the Union 32-yard line. Hernopoulos fakes the handoff, throws, and that's incomplete. Chambers on the coverage. I've already called his name a couple of times today. Chambers on the coverage, knocks that pass away, and it goes incomplete for the Engineers. Intended receiver was Nick Smith on that play. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 now for RPI. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cella in the backfield. RPI is at the Union 32-yard line. Marinopoulos throws along the sideline. This one's going incomplete. He overthrew Smith. There is no way Smith was getting to that one. And again, Chambers on the coverage. So they're throwing wherever Chambers is at the moment. And Chambers is having a pretty good day covering RPI's receivers. RPI goes to a 4th down and 4 now at the Union 32-yard line. No score here, first quarter. This is the 4th possession of the game. Union was Turnover on downs and punt. RPI was punt, and now they are going for it on 4th down at the Union 32-yard line. 2 receivers each side for Marinopolis. Wind is kind of going across the field at this point. Wide open is Davies at the 10-yard line to the 5. Davies is knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for RPI at that point. Make the connection to Davies, who was wide open along the sidelines. And the Engineers have a 1st and goal. 4:15 to go here in quarter number 1. They'll put Davies down at the 1. I thought that was kind of a generous spot. I thought it should be more like the 3. But they'll have Davies down at the 1. 1st and goal RPI in that position. Cella behind Marinopolis in the backfield. 3 receivers left. Tight end on the right-hand side. Cella's going to try to run this ball. He backs up. He's in for the touchdown. 3:56 to go, first quarter. RPI leads 6-0. Second possession of the game. RPI made it to midfield, a little bit beyond midfield actually, on their first possession. But the second possession strikes pay dirt as Cella brings it in from the 1-yard line. And the Engineers score first. Christian on to try the extra point. Davies with the hold. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. RPI with a 7-0 lead in the Dutchman Shoes game. The clouds have pretty much gone away here in Troy. It was cloudy most of the morning, sun breaking out, and now I'm looking up and I'm seeing mostly blue sky. So it is windy, it is on the cold side, but for the people out there in the stands, the sun will provide a little bit more comfort than one would normally expect in these types of situations. Christian coming out to kick the ball away. Beal and Cesaro back deep for Union, and now the ball fell off the tee. Saw that in the opening kickoff of today's game. The wind seems to be blowing very heavily on the field right now. We can see the flags on the goalpost behind RPI almost perpendicular to the ground. And the U.S. flag over to the right is kind of closer to the flagpole at times. So it's very difficult to gauge what the wind is doing at this stadium, especially since one end is kind of closed in by the gymnasium.
Ball fell off again.
And Bob has joined me now for today's broadcast.
I'm sorry, folks. AAA had to come and get me. My car broke down. I called WRPI, nobody answered.
Here's the kick. Christian boots the ball away, and with the wind, sends it into the end zone and all the way out, and that will be a touchback, and Union will take the ball at the 25-yard line. 7-0 RPI leads here in the first quarter.
So I apologize, Kurt. I had no control over it. Then I had to run.
Union's offense heading out on the field. RPI defense today. Machi Conquo, Rohan Sherian-Ash, Antonio Ragliano, and Cole Valinati are the line up front. Linebacks are Jack Hoggard, Jack Fallon, and John Sadak. Cornerbacks are DJ Stefanski and Sean Egan. First down run is going to be a loss of 1 yard by the Dutchman. That was Demby in the backfield. He got hit almost immediately and loses the yard. Luke Watanabe and Joey Gutowski are the safeties for RPI. Second down and 12 for Union as they are back to their own 23 now. Loss of 2 on that play. Bellamy fakes the handoff, throws in the flat. That's complete. 25, 30, and that'll be a first down for the Dutchman as it's out to the 39-yard line. Beal on the reception for the Dutchman. Looked like it was shaking. Yes, he's shaken up a bit, and they will stop play He's down to one knee at the 35-yard line. It'll be a first down for Union at their own 37. 3:15 to go here, first quarter. RPI 7, Union nothing.
John Sadak was in on that tackle for the Engineers.
First and 10, ball at the 37. Yes, the person with the down marker is actually off by a yard. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Bellamy in the flat throw. That's complete. RPI tried to block it, couldn't, and it'll be up to the 44-yard line. Demby.
RPI's got a different shirt on than normal.
No, that was Ross on the reception for, no, pardon me, wrong again. Nicholas on the reception for Union College. So they've got a second down and about 4 as the ball's at the 43-yard line. 3 receivers to the left for Union and a slot back to the left. This is going to be a handoff, and this will be another first down for the Dutchman as they'll make it out to the 42-yard line. Irabor takes the carry as he and Demby are switching in the backfield, and Irabor is out to the 41, and that'll be another Union first down.
Quanco on a tackle for RPI. And Watanabe was with him.
2:04 to go, first quarter out in Cortland. Is Ithaca 14, Cortland nothing. And again, RPI rooting for Ithaca in that one. They want to keep Ithaca as regionally ranked because that helps out RPI. Ithaca wants to win to keep their slim playoff chances alive. Irabor takes the handoff as Bellamy fakes a pass to the left. Irabor goes right, and Irabor makes it out to the 35, and that's a pickup of about 6 for the Dutchman.
Offensive line of Union doing a good job on the sweep.
1:20 to go here, first quarter, 7-0. RPI leads Union.
That was Jack Hoggard on the tackle for the Engineers. Four wideouts.
2 each side for the Dutchman. Bellamy out of the shotgun. As they're at the 35-yard line. Pass, that is off the hands. That was catchable. Off Ross's hands around the 25, and it goes incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and 4 for the Dutchman.
Stefanski was right there on defense. He dropped that one.
Two receivers each side, 3rd and 4 for the Dutchman, and you got to think this might actually be 4-down territory. Bellamy takes a snap, looks left, throws, slant pattern, that's complete. That'll be a first down as the pass goes to Shresha, and he is to the 26 of RPI.
Tackle by Jack Fallon for the Engineers. Last 3 tackles have been the 3 linebackers.
First and 10 Union at the RPI 26. Clock still running, 25 seconds to go, first quarter. 7-0. RPI leads the Dutchman in the Dutchman's Shoes Trophy game. Receivers all on the left. Irabor takes the handoff straight ahead. Irabor pushing the pile, and his forward progress is going to get him where? Maybe the 20-yard line. That was a good push on that pile, as it looks like he picked up about 6 yards to the 20.
Hoggard once again, number 44 for the Engineers on the tackle.
And that does it for quarter number 1 here in Troy. RPI 7, Union nothing after 15 minutes.
We want to remind you you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Was it just back and forth before I got here?
Pretty much. RPI comes into the day 3rd in the East region in the regional rankings. I have them above them, Brockport number 1, Frostburg number 2, then RPI number 3. So RPI maintained their position, although for the last 2 weeks, RPI strength of schedule has plummeted. Not their fault. They won their games, but they played Rochester and St. Lawrence, who have poor records. So RPI strength of schedule is once 24th in the nation and has dropped into hundreds. It's like 120 or 130, something like that. It's in the middle of the pack at 509 now. It's trending towards 500. Most strength of schedule, unless you play a lot of non-conference games, difficult to move yourself far away from 500. RPI with 4 non-conference, 5 conference could move more than others, but Rochester and St. Lawrence are really what's bringing it down. So RPI did maintain 3rd in the regional rankings, but they need to win here to try to maintain that as well, and an Ithaca win would help them as well with a win against a regionally ranked opponent. Start of the second quarter, 3rd down and 5 for Union at the 26-yard line. Bellamy throws, and it is tipped away, and is it intercepted? No, incomplete in the end zone. Incomplete in the end zone. It was a valiant try in the end zone. I think that
Number 3, I believe.
is Stefanski. Stefanski broke it up, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stefanski broke it up, and then he was the one who almost got the ball, but it hit the ground first.
Yes, it was Stefanski.
So incomplete for Union. Now it's 3rd and 5? Okay, did I say 2nd and 5 before? Yes, I did. So it's 3rd and 5 for Union at the 26. And flags come out, and false start against Union. This will back them up 5. Dutchmen not doing themselves any favors right now. Third and 10 for Union, back at the 26. Previous line of scrimmage was the 21. Don't know if I said that correctly. 2 receivers each side. Irabor in the backfield. Bellamy is looking left. Bellamy puts the ball up in the air and turning around and catching it. Nice play was Shresha. Out of bounds. This might be a penalty against RPI and a late hit. Shresha, I didn't think he was going to turn in time. He turned just in time and caught the ball. Checking on, yes, right? It wasn't long before the ball got to him, and he got hit late out of bounds from behind. That's a horrible play right there by McCarthy.
Number 37, McCarthy.
That's McCarthy. That was a horrible play. And he was clearly out of bounds and then nailed him from behind. That'll be half the distance to the goal. Union was going to be at the 3. They're now at the 1.5. 14:46 to go here, first half. 7-0 RPI on top. The pass play is really the big thing here. Union only got 1.5 yards off that personal foul penalty. Dutchmen bring everybody in tight except for Ross, who's wide to the right. And do we have a clock problem? The clock is supposed to be running. It wasn't. It was supposed to be running because it was a completed pass. It wasn't incomplete. So it should have been running, and it was not. First and goal for Union from the 1.5. The handoff, Irabor, and he is in for the touchdown. Union pulls it 2 within 1 with 14:34 to go in the first half.
Well, I look at the stats for the first quarter, and Union had outgained RPI 115 to 69. They had a time of possession of 9:24 to 5:16.
Halpin on to try the extra point. Packy Brown is the holder. He's one of the wide receivers for Union. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 14:34 to go here, first half, RPI and Union are knotted at 7.
Yeah, Marinopoulos was 3 for 9, and Bellamy was 7 for 12 in the first quarter. The last 2 weeks, RPI has had difficulty in pass defense. And so far, it looks like Union's been pretty successful. Those stats were just as of the quarter, but they completed a few passes since that.
Halpin getting the ball to kick off. The goalpost says he has the wind behind him. The flag on our right says the wind is going the other way.
Pretty windy out there today.
It is.
It's even windier when you're running.
Halpin boots the ball. Davies takes it at the 10-yard line. 15, 20, moves in the middle of the field. 25, Davies caught from behind, and Davies is going to be stopped at the 30-yard line. That was his forward progress. RPI will take over at the 30, tied at 7 in the first half.
That was number 51 for Union. Finn Jensen, freshman linebacker.
It was a short field for last time, for RPI. They got it at the 38 of Union after a punt. This time it's a 70-yard field. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for RPI. As they have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. Fake handoff, throws, knocked down, knocked away by DiCaterino. And that goes incomplete on 1st down. The line up front for Union, DiCaterino, Vincent DiCaterino, Bobby Law, and Phil Panici. The linebackers are Jack Riley, Evan Gillen, Hunter Odukanyan, and Colin Lama. The cornerbacks are Paul Chambers and Tucker Newman, and the safeties are Sebastian Lubrano and Joe Vanderhoof. 4 wide receivers for RPI. On 2nd down, batted, intercepted. That is picked off by Union College. It was batted away by Odukanyan, and then it went to a teammate, and who picked it off? That was Giasso, picked it off on the bat away, and so the ball goes to Union on the INT at the RPI 32.
RPI throwing a lot of short over the middle passes. First one was batted and the second one was intercepted.
So Union takes over at the RPI 32, 14-17 to go here in the first half. Tied at 7. First turnover of the game goes to Union College. Three receivers to the left. Slot man to the right, man in the backfield. And the officials came in and blew the whistle. Timeout Union. Union sideline called a timeout before the snap of the ball. Really, they should put the 3 seconds back on the clock. 3 seconds went off the clock when that happened.
How are they pronouncing number 20's last name?
Irabor.
Ike Irabor.
So Union burns a timeout. We are in the first half, tied at 7 with 14-17 to go in the half.
See, Sean Egan's back in the lineup today. He had 3 tackles in the first quarter.
Two receivers left, one to the right, man in the slot to the left. Irabor in the backfield. Bellamy out of the shotgun. Union 1st and 10 at the RPI 32. Bellamy looking left, and is it caught? Yes, it is. Down to the 5-yard line for Ross, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Dutchman.
Once again, RPI's pass defense is getting beat. Stefanski down there. Receiver got behind him and jumped up and caught the pass very high.
1st and goal from the 5. Tied at 7, 13:45 to go here in the first half. Union, Bellamy looking left, finds Irabor at the 5. Irabor will go in for the touchdown. Dutchman lead 13-7.
Well, I was detained in the first quarter because of car trouble, but it looks like a continuation of the last 2 weeks in terms of pass defense.
Halpin on the try, the extra point. Brown on the hold, snap, spot, kick is up. Kick is good, 14-7. Union leads with 13:41 to go in the first half.
Actually, it's a nice day today, other than being cold and windy. It's very sunny, very fall looking. All the leaves have changed. But RPI needs to get going, get their offense going. And the defense has really got to clamp down on the pass defense. That's been the real negative the last couple of weeks.
Union makes RPI pay for the interception. They got the short field this time, and now they are up 1 score on RPI. Halpin boots the ball. Taken by Davies on a bounce at his own 7. To the 15, running across the field, to the 20. Flag comes out. Another flag comes out. I think these are going to be one against RPI around the 32, and then on the tackle against Union. I have a feeling that's the way this is going to work out.
Looked like he horse collared him.
I thought there might be a horse collar on this.
Yeah, I did too.
But now we'll wait and see. Union's signaling decline. And now they're looking over to the RPI side as to what they want to do. Okay, so personal fouls against both teams. It was a face mask against Union, and apparently the PA system is not working that well today in terms of getting us audio, so it was difficult to hear what the referee had to say, but some sort of personal foul against RPI, so this is a re-kick.
He gave a holding signal.
No, he did 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, but after that. I don't know what the heck that tackle could be interpreted as. I really thought it was a horse.
They called face mask on it.
Oh,
yes, they called a face mask on it.
Really?
Yes. That was the first one he signaled, was the face mask against Union.
I thought I got him from behind.
It's 15 yards either way.
Just a reach around and grab.
So it's a re-kick here at the East Campus Stadium from the 35 again. Halpin with a high kick this time at the 10. Davies has got it. 15, 20. Davies almost to the 25-yard line. They'll have him down to 23, so RPI takes over there. RPI trails by 7 with 13.5 to go here in the first half. It's Union 14, RPI 7.
Number 29 for Union on the tackle, Mark Zazzaro.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line. RPI puts it on the ground, and this is going to get them, I think that was Cella out there, out to maybe the 26-yard line.
It was Cella.
Yes. Cella on the carry picks up 3 yards for RPI.
And number 32 for Union, Evan Gerard. Evan Galland, I'm sorry. Junior linebacker.
Second down, RPI on the ground once more. Cella breaks free of the pile. Not free. Let's get this in English correctly. And he's out to the 33, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
Good effort by the offensive line on that play. Got off the ball very quickly.
Close to the 34. That'll be first and 10, RPI. 12:35 to go first half. RPI trailing 14-7 against Union College. Cella again goes left, now cuts it upfield, and he gets across the 35 to the 36. Tough finding a hole on that one.
Number 41 for Union College. That's Vincent DiCaterino.
Second and 8 for RPI. Ball at the 36. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Union moving up towards the line, and RPI runs the ball. The ball is fumbled, picked up by the Dutchman, and they've got it at the 30-yard line. RPI turns it over again on their own side of the field.
Two major mistakes for the Engineers.
Scaglione on that run, I think that was his first of the day, coughed it up, and Union has it at the RPI 30. You're not going to win a lot of games doing this.
They've given it up in their own territory now 3 times.
Twice.
That was the interception?
Interception and a fumble. Union has at the RPI 31, up by 7 with 11:42 to go in half number 1, looking to make this a 2-score game. Irabor takes the handoff from Bellamy. Irabor goes to the left, and he'll get 5 yards to the 26, almost 5 yards, close to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, a couple of guys got in there, but he avoided them. He was able to pick up 5 on first down.
Second down and 5 for the Dutchman. Bellamy on play action. Has time. Throws. That's complete to the 5-yard line. And Ross is in for the touchdown. "26-yard pass reception by Ross, and Union's up by 2 scores.
There's not much you can say. They're just not stopping passes.
Helping out to try the extra point. Snap. Spots down. Kick is blocked. That is a live ball. Everybody's chasing after it, and Pat Brown will cover it. So it remains at Union 20, RPI 7 in the first half.
Well, Union has taken advantage of RPI's mistakes, and they also are throwing the ball very effectively.
Mentioned in the pregame that this was going to be something to look at. Union's pass offense against RPI's pass defense. Because St. Lawrence did put up a lot of yards in the air against RPI last week. And that was a 2-6 St. Lawrence team, which became a 2-7 St. Lawrence team.
Hobart
Hobart put up a lot of yards too. So the team in between that, you had Rochester in there, which didn't put up a whole lot of yards anywhere.
Right. but it's obviously obvious. The teams are, Hobart threw over 50 times.
RPI down by 13. High kick. Davies has to come up, and it gets past him. Davies has to race back, picks it up on a bounce. Davies, 15, 20-yard line, comes to the near sidelines, tries to push a man down, and Davies is finally out at the 26.
Like a late hit over there.
RPI not going to get a flag on this.
Whoa. Coach Cerny is talking to the ref about it.
There's going to be 5 yards offsides against Union. RPI, that'll get tacked on to the end of the run. So RPI does get 5 yards extra on the offsides. Ball goes out to the 31-yard line. Engineers, 1st and 10 at their own 31, down by 13 with 10:51 to go in the first half. This is a slow-moving first half. Davies takes a handoff from the slot back position. Davies, he's going to get 2 yards out to the 33. Never found any room. Just ran into a wall of bodies.
Number 42 for Union, Joseph Wacola. I wasn't here for the pronunciation lesson today. Wacola.
Second down and about 8 for RPI. Marinopoulos throws and wide open, and that's a first down for RPI at the 46-yard line. That was Avery on the reception for RPI. He slid as he caught the ball, so he was down immediately. But RPI gets a first down, and it's been a while since they got one of those. 1st and 10 RPI at their own 46. 10 to go here, first half. Union 20, RPI 7.
Flanking 3.
Marinopoulos throws. That's complete. Avery's got it near the 50. That was his forward progress. He gets hit, so we'll give him the 50-yard line and a +4 for RPI.
Once again, that short, quick pass has not proven very good in the last 3 attempts. One was swatted down, one was intercepted, but that one was caught.
So. 2nd and 6 for RPI. Give is to Cella. Cella gets stopped at the 49. Little roughhousing afterwards. St. Pierre. No, not St. Pierre. That was Bobby Law was engaged with one of the engineers and actually got a hand on Cella for the stop.
Tim Coyle on the tackle for Union.
3rd down and 4.
Early in the game, but still a big down.
2 receivers each side for RPI. Cella's the running back. Marinopoulos wants to throw. Finds Cella, goes off his hands, up in the air, and is it caught? I think Davies caught it at the 37. Yes, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
And you know, Davies had 2 guys with him. Number 32 and number 9. All 3 of them went up for the ball. I was saying, oh my God, we're going to have another interception.
This time the deflection goes in RPI's favor as they will have a 1st and 10 at the 37 of Union College. 22-7 Union leads with 8:25 to go in the first half. Cella in the backfield, slot backs to the right. Single receivers each side, on play action throw. That is complete to Avery at the 35, and Avery is able to get forward and right around the 32-yard line.
Engineers moving the ball pretty well in this series.
Crowd is picked up from my initial assessment as the game started. Looks like we had some stragglers coming in late. 2nd down and 6, balls at the 33. RPI down by 13, and Marinopolis, they faked the handoff and didn't see coming straight up the middle was Giasso. Marinopolis tackled back at the 40.
Nobody touched Giasso at all.
That backs RPI up to make it a 3rd and 13 back at the 40-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Chell in the backfield. Marinopolis shotgun. Takes the snap. He's got time. Doesn't see anybody. Starts running with the ball to the 35. Marinopolis hit right as he gets to the 31. And I'm thinking if you're RPI, you're going for it here. This is 4-down territory. It's 4th and 4.
Oh, yeah, they got to go for it.
Fourth down and 4. 3 receivers left. Throw into double coverage, and that's intercepted. Triple coverage, really, and that was intercepted by Vanderhoof. And he's got it at the 24 for Union. So that's the 3rd turnover for RPI. 6:24 to go here, first half. Union 20, RPI 7.
They do it the same way each time. They have 2 receivers covering, 2 defenders covering the receiver. Everybody goes for the ball, and that time it was Union College. So RPI now has given up the ball 3 times, 2 on interceptions and 1 on a fumble. 6:24 to go in the first half. RPI trails 20-7.
This game not playing out the way RPI had hoped, but perhaps as some people may have feared. Irabor on first down, 25 to the 30, going to the left and keeps stressing this field out, and he's got a first down as he got past the 35-yard line. Finally run out of bounds there, but he stretched the field out for a first down.
Yeah, Union is passing the ball very well, and then they run Irabor every once in a while, and he picks up good yardage each time.
Three receivers to the right. First down. Pass in the flat. That is complete to the 35, to the 40, to the 42, 43 for Beal. That's a gain of 8 yards.
Continue to complete those passes.
Union has touchdowns on their last 3 possessions. They're 5 possessions so far. Turn it over on downs, punt, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Looking now to make this a 3-score game. Down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Receivers are all to the left for Union. Irabor takes the carry. Irabor's got a first down, fumbles the ball, picked up by the Engineers. RPI's got it, the 50-yard line. Haggard to the 44, and he's down to about the Union 34.
Big play by the Engineers. That was really huge, and they really needed it.
First turnover by the Dutchman. Nice run back by Haggard.
Haggard does it all. Our top defender. This time he picks up a fumble and moved it up the field.
First and 10 RPI at the Union 35. Union 20, RPI 7 with 4:55 to go in the first half. Single receivers each side, slot backs each side. Cella in the backfield for RPI. Now, Avery went in motion into the backfield. Marinopolis throws, and is that complete? Did Avery get it? No, that's not Avery. That is Smith. Did Smith get it? Yes, Smith got it. No, now they're going to say incomplete. The umpire says incomplete. It hit the ground, and he actually had the best view of that. Oh yeah, I see what happened. As he was on his back rolling, I think the ball came loose at that point.
I didn't see that.
Not much of an argument from RPI on this, so it is 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Well, there was an argument
Cella.
from Smitty.
Cella with the carry goes to the right, and he'll get stopped. That'll be a loss of 2 as Cella's back to the 37.
Yeah, Smith definitely thought he had the ball.
So RPI doesn't get that reception, lose 2 on the next play. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Engineers back at the 37. Chell in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Probably 4-down territory for RPI. Marinopoulos rolls left, he gets hit, and he's going to get sacked. That's actually a loss of 1 back to the 38.
Just not moving the ball.
No.
He's not getting any time.
I would say there's some bad blocking on that one because there were linemen not engaged, and then the individual who made the tackle didn't have anybody on him. So I think there were some missed opportunities for blocking there. Moncrief is out as RPI is in the punt formation. Newman is back around his 10-yard line. Moncrief going towards the sidelines on this, and that is well out of bounds. I don't think this is going to net RPI a whole lot. Official comes up to the 15, and that's the 17-yard line. He got them about 17 yards. No, 21 yards. So RPI not able to take advantage of the Union fumble on the Union side of the field, and RPI still trails Union. It's Union 20, RPI 7.
We once again remind you you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy.
Kurt Sutt and Bob Conway on the call for you today on WRPI Troy. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. 3 receivers to the left for Union College as they are up by 13. On the ground straight ahead, and let's say Demby got them about 3 yards to the 20.
Hoggard, first guy there once again. Hoggard's pretty fired up out there. He's being very demonstrative with his teammates.
Ithaca now has a 22-0 lead on Cortland. 2nd down and 7 for Union. Bellamy pass, that's complete, and that's a 1st down as the Dutchmen have it out at the 30-yard line. Nicholas was tackled almost immediately, but that is another 1st down for the Dutchmen. Last drive, Union coughed it up. 3 drives before that were all touchdowns for the Dutchmen. Dutchmen with 2 timeouts left as it's 2:15 left to go in the half. 1st and 10 Dutchmen at their own 30. Bellamy throws, and that is incomplete. Ross, another drop. That's two by Ross that he's should have had and just didn't catch.
Ross is a freshman wide receiver. His size, 6'3", 190.
2 catches in the 1st quarter for 20 yards for Ross. Second and 10 Union at their own 30. And Bellamy, looks like this was an option play, and Bellamy then just ran it forward. I'm not sure if it was at the option or if somebody made a mistake. It looked to me like he was looking to pitch and then didn't. And then RPI is calling a timeout with 2:03 to go in the 1st half. I guess to sum up my opinion, that play did not look good.
No. Jerry Nash was on the stop on that play.
So I keep mentioning the Ithaca Cortland score. For RPI in the regional rankings, one of the criteria for where you are ranked, and this will also apply to seeding nationally for the tournament, is record against ranked opponents, and Ithaca is RPI's only ranked opponent. They defeated Ithaca, so that's good. 1-0 is good. That's better than 0-0, and certainly better than losing games against ranked opponents. So if you're RPI, you want Ithaca to win, they will almost certainly stay ranked, and that will help RPI in terms of their seeding in the NCAA tournament. Of course, RPI is in the NCAA tournament. It's a question of where and against whom they are playing next week. Regardless of the outcome of this game, RPI will be playing next week in the NCAAs. 3rd down and 10, as you see the crowd starting to get behind the RPI defense. 3rd and 10 for Union at their own 30-yard line. Bellamy starts to run with the ball. Bellamy breaks away from one guy. He's still got it, and Bellamy is down at the 39. He is a yard short of a first down, and RPI calls another timeout with 1:55 to go in the half.
Kicking team's not on the field.
Union's got time to think about it. I'm pretty sure they're going to send the punt team out there. I'm really confident of that.
Yeah, here they come.
RPI stopped the clock, looking to get the ball back. There'll be a stop on the change of possession, and then RPI will have one timeout to do something. Fourth and 2 for Union College, and Halpin is back to punt. High kick. Davey signals a fair catch, and he takes it at his own 25. It was a good kick by Halpin. He got a lot of hang time on that one and put it at the 25. So that's a 75-yard field for RPI with 1:49 to go in the half. And RPI trailing by 13.
That last opportunity on the fumble was a tough one for the Engineers. They needed to score badly on that one. But it's 20-7, and as I've said all year, this team does not quit, and I'm sure they won't.
First and 10, RPI at the 25, 1:49 on the clock in the first half. 2 receivers each side. Marinopoulos throws. That is complete at the 35-yard line. Davies is tackled. He actually loses a yard, ran back to the 34, which cost RPI a first down. And he stopped at his forward progress. It would have been a first down. It's 2nd and 1 now. 5 receivers set this time for RPI. As the clock keeps moving, Marinopoulos over the middle. That is complete, and that'll be a first down to the 38. That is Smith on the reception for RPI. They are waiting to set the chains. 1:24 to go, and they are ready. 1st and 10, RPI at the 39-yard line. Marinopoulos looking on a slant pattern, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Davies around the 30 or 43, pardon me, but it was badly thrown. That does. We have an injured Union player, and that will stop the clock. The clock would have stopped anyway. That's DiCaterino, who was injured. He's walking off the field. Now, clock would have stopped anyway on the incomplete pass. So for RPI, incomplete. 2nd and 10 now at the 39-yard line. Engineers down by 13 late in the first half. One man in the backfield, 2 receivers each side for the Engineers. Wind is blowing heavily on the field right now. Marinopoulos' pass, is that picked off? It looks like it was no, they're going to say hit the ground, hit the ground. Newman thought he had an INT, but the officials say no, it hit the ground, and it's incomplete on 2nd down. That will make it 3rd and 10 RPI as the ball is still on their own 39-yard line. Definitely not 4-down territory for the Engineers. 4-receiver set. The give is to Chella, and Chella is going to get them out to the 43. And did Union just call a timeout? No. Under 1 minute to go here in the half, and it's 4th down. Yes, 4th down. They were a little late changing the yard marker. RPI now sending the punt team out onto the field. There will be time left for Union to do something. There's a 23-second differential in the clocks. Newman back deep for Union as RPI snaps the ball with 2 seconds left on the play clock. Get the punt away. Newman tells his team to run away from this. It's going to roll towards the Union goal, and it's going to be down by RPI right around the 10. There's 12 seconds left in the half, and I suspect Union is just going to sit on this one.
First half did not go RPI's way at all. Turnovers and unable to stop the pass. And I'd like to look at numbers for their Erebor.
Union snaps the ball. They will take a knee, and nobody wants to stop the clock. So the teams will be heading off to the locker room. 2 seconds, it'll be official. Yep, it's official at the moment. We're at halftime here in Troy, and it's Union 20, RPI 7. It was...
The pass defense thing is catching up with them, Kurt.
3 Union touchdowns in that second quarter after RPI took the lead in the first quarter 7-0, and it's the passing game, as Bob said, that is hurting RPI right now. We saw that last week against St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence, a lot of yards, and mostly in the middle of the field on the passing game, and St. Lawrence was a 2-6 team going into that game. You get a lot of passing yards, but if you can't close the deal, that's because you're a 2-6 team. There are reasons for that. Union's a 6-2 team. They get a lot of passing yards, and they have been in a lot of close games, and they've won some of those. So this is a very different team from St. Lawrence last week, and right now RPI's on the wrong side of the scoreboard because of that.
And even in the Hobart game, in the fourth quarter, they scored 2 touchdowns by almost all passing. They actually threw the ball 50 times.
So here at the East Campus Stadium, we are going to take a break and let you know before we go out that the score after one half of play, it is Union 20, RPI 7, and you're listening to live coverage of Engineer football on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. We're live with you once more from the East Campus Stadium on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, where we are nearing the beginning of half number 2 in the 2018 version of the Dutchman's Shoes Trophy game. The score after one half of play is Union 20 and RPI 7. My name is Kurt Stott here with Bob Conroy, bringing you all the action live on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. Before we get started, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something out over the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. That is WRPI.org. It'll be Union going right to left, RPI left to right across your radio dial in quarter number 3. RPI trailing by 13 will be getting the ball as RPI won the toss, deferred their selection to the second half. Halpin is getting ready to kick off for Union College. RPI needs some points. Coming into this game 8-0, 4-0 in the conference, want to stay undefeated. The kickoff goes to Allen at the 15-yard line, to the 20, 25, Allen to the 30, 35, and he steps out of bounds right around the 35-yard line, and that'll be RPI's start in this third quarter.
Okay, Engineers offense ready to go on the field. Got an uphill battle right now. Down by 13. And here they come.
Cortland has scored against Ithaca. It's 21-7 in Ithaca's favor out in Cortland right now. But if you're RPI, what you might need more than anything else is a win here, and RPI needs to get at least 13 as it's first and 10 Engineers at their own 35-yard line. Engineers, Cella on the handoff on first down, weaves his way through to the 40, Cella to the 45, to the 50, avoids some more, gets a blocker. He's on Union side of the territory. Cella is finally out of bounds at the Union 36-yard line.
Great run by Cella. Great job by the offensive line and the left side. Another running back was following him as well. A slot back, I'm sorry.
First and 10, RPI at the 36 of Union. Cella with the carry once more. Crosses the 35, and Cella is stopped at the 33, running straight ahead. Union 20, RPI 7 here in the third quarter.
RPI looks a lot more energetic. I don't know how they looked at the beginning of the game because I wasn't here, but they look pretty good right now. They're still taking that time between plays, a lot of time.
Second and 7, RPI at the 33 of Union. Hand off to Cella, doesn't see anything straight ahead. Stiff arms one man, he's to the 30. Cella is taken down at the 25, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
Nice job once again by Cella. And he was led by Chris New. Chris New, one of our captains, senior offensive lineman, 6'4", 295 pounds from Mokina, Illinois.
First and 10, RPI at the Union 25. Engineers trail by 13 with 13:35 to go third quarter. And this running play will not be as productive as the others. Only a yard on the straight ahead run. So Cella had been successful. Still got a yard there, but went a little more. Engineers, second and 9 at the Union 24-yard line.
Bobby Law was in on that last tackle for Union, number 8.
Marinopoulos puts the ball up in the air, looking in the corner, and it's knocked away. Pass was intended for Smith. And it gets knocked away and goes incomplete. Really a jump ball at the goal line. However, offsides against Union, so it was a free play.
RPI needs to stay positive here. Needs to score on this series. Will be a big lift.
Second and 4 as the ball goes to the Union 19. It's the line judge who threw that flag. I did not see it originally. Two receivers to the right. Davies now leaves the right side, goes in motion. Handoff goes to Cella. Doesn't see anything straight ahead. Cuts to his left. Cella's got a first down. Cella's still on his feet. Cella is pushed with the pile to the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal, RPI.
Great effort by the offensive line and Cella. They look like a different team on this series.
First and goal. Cella doesn't see anything to the left. Cuts back to the right. Now tries up straight up ahead, and he's stopped at the 7-yard line. So a lot of effort for a gain of 2.
Number 42 for Union College. Hunter. Kurt, you got to help me with that pronunciation. I wasn't there for that.
Who are we talking about?
Number 42.
Or Dugananian.
Or Dugananian.
Second down and 7.
We usually go over with the other team the pronunciations of difficult names.
Cella on the 2nd and 7 play hits somebody right at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped for no gain. So RPI, 3rd down and goal. Maybe he got a little bit more. It's closer to the 6, I think. Yeah, they'll put it at the 6 right now. So credit Cella with a gain of 1 on that play. 3rd and 6 for RPI. Trailing by 13 here in quarter number 3. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Cella in the backfield. You got a slot back to the right. Cella's going to try to run straight ahead. He'll get grabbed, and he's not getting in. And this is going to be 4th down. DeCaterino grabbed him. He actually got in behind the line of scrimmage, grabbed him, and Cella was able to just get maybe half a yard. So DeCaterino prevents Cella from getting farther downfield, and Christian will come on to try a field goal. Middle of the field, this will be a 23-yard attempt as the sun disappears behind the clouds. Kind of against the wind right now. Davies the holder, the snap, the spot, the kick is up. The kick is good. 10:31 to go here, 3rd quarter. RPI trails 20-10.
Well, they got on the board anyway. It really would have been nice to get the 7 there in the first series. But they moved the ball well. Right down to the last few plays. The last few plays only brought about 1 or 2 yards running the ball. They only threw 1 pass in the whole series. That was, as Kurt said, a jump ball. .10:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. RPI trails 20-10. And we want to remind you, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy.
Christian getting ready to tee the ball up. Well, actually, he's teeing the ball up, getting ready to kick the ball away. As the wind has died down. It is really odd wind in this facility.
Yes.
It is very, very odd. Beal and Cesaro back for Union College. Kickoff is taken by Beal. Beal to the 15, to the 20, goes to the outside 25, to the 30, and finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Was that Beal, or was that 3 or 13? Was that Beal or Demby? That was Demby on the return, not Beal. Demby.
And it was number
Union has it at their own 38.
Gutowski on the tackle for RPI.
RPI looking to go 9-0 in a potential home game in the NCAA tournament. If RPI were to lose, I suspect they are going to be on the road next week. This is potentially a play-in game for a home game. And Beal is the pass intended for Beal. It goes incomplete in the flat. That was a forward pass. RPI wisely picked up the ball, but the officials blew it dead. It was a forward pass. And so incomplete for Union on 1st down.
Good job by the engineers. John Sadak, the first guy there for them.
2nd and 10 for Union at their own 38.
At half-down, Hoggart, Fallon, and 2 of the linebackers had 6 tackles each.
Ross on the left. Ross was on the left. Bellamy gives to the running back, Irabor, and Irabor avoids a couple of tacklers, and Irabor is out to the 43-yard line.
This is what their success has been. A couple of passes, and then they give the ball to Irabor, and he picks up big yardage.
That's to the RPI 43, and that's a first down for Union College. 10-10 to go here, third quarter. Union 20, RPI 10.
Irabor had 58 yards at halftime. A long of 16, he was averaging 5.3 yards a carry.
Union puts all their wideouts on the left. Now Beal's going in motion to the right. Irabor takes the handoff straight ahead. Good work by the line. Irabor had 4 yards before he even hit the line, and he's up ahead for 6 yards to the 38 of RPI.
Can't give that up on first down. Too many yards.
Second down and 5. Gonna give him 5 on that. Okay. Yeah, that's 5. Again, they'll put all the receivers on the left-hand side. Bellamy has Irabor in the background. Fakes the handoff to Irabor. Bellamy throws. That is off Ross. Again, that's the 3rd time Ross has dropped a pass that he should have had.
And the ball was thrown right on the money. And they're running slants and things where our receivers are not able to knock the ball down. Now comes a big play for the defense. First big play of this second half for the defense.
3rd and 5 for Union at the RPI 38. Ross is the wideout alone on the left side, 2 on the right side. And the give is to Irabor. Irabor tries to stretch this one out, escapes his tacklers. Irabor is tripped up at the 37, and that is short of a first down.
Good job by the engineers.
Stefanski is the one who stopped him.
Yes, it is. DJ was there, number 25. Dearborn uses that stiff arm pretty good.
Halpin will be coming out for the kick. And Union will punt this away. Halpin boots it, pardon me. Davies signals fair catch. It's caught by Union inside the 5. RPI's got a long field. 8:01 to go here, third quarter. Union 20, RPI 10.
Well, that last series was a good one for the engineers. Let's see if they can keep it up. They still trail by 10 after getting 3 on their first series.
At the 5, their own 5, RPI, 1st and 10. Marinopoulos gives to Cello. Cello finds a hole. Cello's to the 10-yard line, and he gets ahead to the 12. Gets some breathing room for RPI.
Number 42, Jim Coyle. I'm sorry, 42 is Hunter, that name again. Orteganer. On the tackle for Union.
Second down, Cello this time caught, and he'll be lose 1. He got caught in the backfield. That was Jack Riley coming in and taking him down.
Yeah, Riley's their premier tackler, according to Coach Isernia.
RPI looking at a 3rd and 4 now as they are back to the 11. Three wideouts. You got a tight end on the right for RPI. Cella takes a carry, avoids a couple of guys. Now he's going to get hit. He will not get a first down. He stopped around the 12. Now they're going to give him a little bit more than that, but that's not enough for a first down, and the punt team will be coming out for RPI.
Union's probably going to get pretty good field position, too. Let's see.
Moncrief out to punt. Kicks the ball away. Good hang time on the kick. Newman has it, and he thinks it's a fair catch, and he has it right at his own 49-yard line. We have 6:11 to go here in the third quarter. It is Union 20 and RPI 10.
Nice kick by Moncrief. And good coverage. He called it for a fair catch, but the RPI defender was right in front of him.
RPI heading for the NCAAs. Next Saturday is the first round. RPI is in it. Where and when? Where, we don't know. When, it's actually going to be noon, almost certainly. We don't know where, and we don't know against whom. The selection show is tomorrow. I'm looking online, and the NCAA has it as 5:30 Eastern, but for some reason I thought it was 6:30 Eastern. Anyway, Irabor has it on first down, weaves his way through. Nobody can get a hand on this guy, and Irabor's going to get a first down. Now we've got a tackle. Or pardon me, we've got flags out. Irabor's out at the 42 of RPI, but what are all these flags? Because that run went a very long time. So the officials are getting together to talk about this one.
He grabbed his face mask. I mean, the offensive man grabbed his face mask.
Waiting for a decision here.
Personal foul, face mask.
Face mask against Union.
Personal foul, face mask.
Face mask against
Number
RPI.
37. Penalties offset, replay first down.
So the penalty's offset. It occurred during the down, so they have to repeat the down.
They're on each other. Right
So this is where the penalty's offset, but really they don't, because RPI got the better of this. It was 9 yards for Union, and instead it's back to the first down and 10 because the penalty's offset. RPI shifting their defensive personnel around as Union comes to the line. First and 10, Union at their own 49. Irabor takes the handoff, and nope, that's Demby in the backfield. Demby takes the handoff, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Union on first down.
Womble on the tackle for RPI.
Second down, 4 wideouts for Union. And they'll go on the ground again, and Demby is stopped after a short gain. Got maybe a foot just beyond the 49-yard line.
Womble once again with number Andrew Cortese, 43.
Third down and 10 for Union, we'll call it. Well, 3rd and 9 on the scoreboard. It's really closer to 3rd and 10. 2 wideouts each side. Irabor is in the backfield for the Dutchman. Bellamy throws, slant pattern, knocked away. Stefanski got in front of it, knocked it away from Nicholas, and it's 4th down for Union.
They finally knocked one down. Great. Great play by the defense. Engineers will get the ball, I assume. We'll see. You never know.
Halpin to punt. Davies is back at his own 14. Kicks the ball away. Davies having trouble seeing it. He got hit and got the ball at the same time. We're going to get a flag on this. This might be interference with the attempt to catch the ball.
Sure looked it.
Ball is down between the 12 and the 13-yard line.
Kick gets interference. Number 3, the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, RPI.
So that gives RPI better field position. Ball was at the 18. They'll be moving that up to the 33.
Davies has done a great job back there in every way. All his time here.
We have 4:16 to go in quarter number 3. Union 20, RPI 10. RPI with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 33. Two receivers left, one right. RPI on the ground. Cella finds a hole. Cella to the 40, Cella to the 44, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
Good job by the offensive line once again. Hard running by Cella.
Engineers 1st and 10, and Cella's going to lose a yard. Line of scrimmage. They'll give him the line of scrimmage on this first down run. Couldn't find a hole to move through.
And number 8 for Union College on the tackle, Bobby Law.
Engineers looking to the sidelines for their play. Down by 10 in quarter number 3. Second and 10 from the 44. Davies went in motion. Pass in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of yards. Smith caught it, got hit immediately at the 40, and he is done. For Union, Riley again in there on the tackle.
Yeah, he's their big defensive star.
RPI at the 40-yard line now has a 3rd and 14. Three receivers left, one right. Annapolis looks to throw. Under pressure, sacked back at the 34, and RPI is going to be punting. George Reed got in there.
Offensive line. 2 plays in a row. Union dumps the runner for losses.
3 points, all that's been put up so far in this second half. Those by RPI. Moncrief out to punt.
Union.
Union is calling a timeout. That is their first timeout of the second half. 2 minutes to go exactly in the third quarter. Union 20, RPI 10.
Yeah, the first series, RPI come out and moved the ball right down the field. It looked like a different team. But the last 2 series, the offensive line is not doing the job. The running game's going nowhere. It did on one play for Cella. Every play that followed was nothing.
Back to action, 4th down and 20 for RPI. Moncrief to punt, gets the ball away. Taken at the 25-yard line, and run back, avoids the first tackle, and 30-yard line. We've got a flag coming out on the play as Newman is tackled at the 31. Another flag coming out.
Tackled by Andres Giasola. No, I'm sorry, Brendan Zotti. number 27 on the tackle.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 5 of the return
So block
team.
in the back
10
against
yards from the spot
Union
of the
on
foul.
the return.
First down, Union.
That will back up the Dutchman.
Defense has to play well to get some field position here.
Union will be backed up to the 19 on their own side of the field to start out this possession. $1:49 to go, third quarter. Union first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll take a wide out, put him in motion. And this will be a running play for the Dutchman, and this will be a first down for the Dutchman as Irabor is out to the 30.
They just can't stop him. Watanabe ain't on the tackle, but this is exactly what they're doing. They throw a few passes and give the ball to Irabor, and he usually picks up 5 to 10 yards.
First and 10, Union at their own 30. We have 1:20 to go, third quarter. Union 20, RPI 10. You're listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium. Kurt Sutt, Bob Conway on the call for you today. 3 wideouts to the left for Union. Irabor with the carry, gets grabbed by the leg, still gets 2 yards out of it. Hager got into the backfield, grabbed him by the leg, and well, still managed to get something.
Yeah, Hager was in there. He did grab him by the back of the legs.
2nd and 8, Union at their own 32. Three receivers. Play action. Bellamy rolls to his right, pass. That's complete to Ross. Ross is out near the 40. Where they're going to put him out right at the 40-yard line, and that'll be another first down for Union College.
Passing game continues to kill us.
Union does not have to run this play. So we're down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and the Dutchmen don't look like they're anxious to do anything with the ball. They're going to head back over to their sideline. So 45 minutes are done here in Troy. Union 20, RPI 10. RPI has 15 minutes to turn this around. They're still going to the NCAAs. They are at least co-champions of the league, but this facility everybody talks about, this wonderful facility here, has not seen a postseason football game yet. And if RPI loses today, it may be at least another year before they see one.
But they haven't lost yet. They got time to go. Down 10.
The way this all sorts out is there are 26 automatic bids to the NCAA tournament. Those are the winners of conferences. RPI is one of those. The only other team in the region to be one of those right now is Brockport. They have also won their league. That's the Empire 8. One bid goes to teams not eligible for an automatic bid, and that's one bid. And then 5 remaining bids go to at-large teams, which will be determined after today's games going into tomorrow. The National Committee meets. They pick 32 teams, then they seed the 32 teams. They align them into brackets and everything, and this is what matters for RPI. A win here at 9-0 could get them a home game next week. A loss here to go to 8-1 is probably going to drop them down and put them on the road. None of this is certain, but that's a good speculation right now. My speculation. Irabor on first down as we start the fourth quarter is tripped up for a loss. He is back to the 38 of Union on 1st and 10. What was 1st and 10 for the Dutchman as we start out the fourth quarter with Union going left to right, RPI right to left across your radio dial.
Irabor has 96 yards after 3 quarters. A long of 19, averaging 6 yards a carry. Chella has 115 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry.
They'll say a loss of 3. 2nd and 13, back to the 37-yard line. Bellamy wants to throw, looking along the sidelines for Ross, and he catches it. The defender fell down, and Ross is in for the touchdown. There are no flags on that play. He's in for the TD. 26-10, Union leads. And wait a minute, is there a flag? Oh, there's a flag by the referee. Holding against Union.
62 the offense.
RPI was looking for an offensive pass interference call. They don't get that. There's a holding against Union, and the play's coming back.
Boy, they lucked out on that.
Yes, this reminds me of the Hobart game when there was a holding call that brought back a TD. RPI was lucky there as well. So a holding call wipes the touchdown off the board.
Wow.
So back to the 27. Union thought they were up 3 scores, and instead they're up by 10 with 14-14 to go. But now they've got 2nd and 23. They have to get to the 50.
They got to get this pass defense together.
Yeah, it's about 2nd and 23. Bellamy looks to throw on this long 2nd down play, overthrows Ross, and it goes incomplete. McCarthy was the closest person to the ball.
You would think percentage-wise they would have picked one of these passes off. Hasn't happened. Bellamy was 14 for 24 going in this quarter for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns.
They fixed the scoreboard. It is 3rd and 23 for Union. 2 receivers each side. Iribor goes into the flat on the right. Pass. That is complete on the slap hand to the 30, 35, to the 40. And that's all. At the 40-yard line, Tresha is tackled. It's 4th and 10, and we expect Union to send out the punt squad.
RPI almost has to score on this series. Get this momentum back in the game.
Fourth and 10 at the 40. Halpin is out to punt. Quick, not in the air long. Davies takes it to the 30-yard line, runs straight ahead, breaks through a couple of players to the 40, caught from behind, and he is down at the 48. So pretty good field position for RPI. 13:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Union 20, RPI 10.
During the return, block in the back.
There's a flag down
Number
there.
27 of the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Wrong, or is that a
RPI.
leaf?
That is a flag, and it is going against RPI.
Gee.
So they don't get that 48 yards. The penalty was back at the 30. It'll be marked off from there. 10 yards from the 30 to the 20. That's a loss of 28 yards because of that penalty. RPI, instead of a 52-yard field, has an 80-yard field. Engineers trail 22-10 with 13:15 to go, 4th quarter. 1st and 10, RPI at their own 20-yard line. Cella on 1st down, he'll get a yard. I think somebody got him by the foot as he went towards the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward to the 21-yard line.
Number 41 for Union on the tackle.
Elsewhere, Ithaca leads Cortland 24-7 late in the 3rd quarter, so that game is going the way RPI wants it to.
41 was Joe Vacola.
It still helps RPI in terms of seeding. Just a win is better. A win for RPI. Flag on the play. This is a free play for RPI. Union cross. Pass. That is complete to Davies, and Davies is down at the 39, and that'll be a 1st down for RPI. Engineers will decline the penalty.
Offside. Defense, number 7. Penalties declined. Result of the play.
So the
down.
offside call is declined. RPI takes the result of the down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down for RPI. RPI trailing by 10, 12-20 to go in the fourth quarter. Marinopoulos to throw on first down. Over the middle. That is complete. We got a flag in the backfield, and it's not much of a gain, if anything. Eder got it, and they're going to mark him down at the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense.
Hands to the face against RPI. That's personal foul. That'll subtract 15, and they'll be back to the 24-yard line.
They're just killing themselves. 2 penalties in a row. Got a 48-yard run back, and they're back. Now they're back where now?
They'll be back at the 24-yard line on the personal. 39, yeah, 24.
Shit.
You want to be playing your best football at this time of year. Honestly, RPI not playing their best football this year, the last 2 games.
That's right. Last week it was penalties at the wrong time, especially brought back a number of scores and scoring opportunities and pass defense. Today there's not as many penalties, but they're at crucial times now, and the pass defense is still a problem.
This will be 1st and 25. As we go under 12 minutes left to go in this game, RPI has it at the 24-yard line. The scoreboard is wrong. It says second down. The marker says first down. RPI is going to run it straight ahead on first down, and Scaglione is only going to get it out to the 28. Wind is blowing. You can hear it in the background. It's
number 43, Tim Coyle, on the tackle for Union.
We can say that the wind is affecting the passing game here. Second and 21 at the 28-yard line. Marinopoulos wants to throw over the middle. That is complete to Davies, and he holds on to it. He almost dropped it at the 39, but he held on to it, and he's down there. And that's enough to set up a 3rd and 10 for RPI. So we have an injured Union player.
Injured player.
And we will have a timeout on the field. 10:54 to go in the fourth quarter. Union 20, RPI 10. Let's set you up again if you came in late. RPI is in the NCAA tournament. They have clinched at least a tie for the league title. A loss today, they tie with Ithaca. However, the tiebreaker is head-to-head. RPI beat Ithaca 10-9 earlier in the season. Therefore, RPI will be getting the NCAA tournament bid. That was already decided last week with RPI's win over St. Lawrence. They would like to go undefeated and win the league title outright, of course. You want to win this game. You want to win the shoes, all that. The effect of a loss here would be a tie in the standings, and then probably on the road in the NCAAs. I don't think they're going to have a chance to get a home game next week in the NCAAs if they would take a loss today. If it would be a loss, it wouldn't be a loss to a bad team, but it's a loss to an unranked team. 3rd down and 10 for RPI at the 39-yard line. Marinopoulos under pressure, hit, and Marinopoulos is sacked back at the 31. Riley was one of the men in there for Union College, and the punt team is coming out for RPI. Yeah, that's
nobody's fault but the offensive line.
That was Riley in there alone getting that sack. Fourth down and 20. Good punt by Moncrief, taken on a fair catch at the 35-yard line by Newman. We have 10:09 to go here. Fourth quarter, Union 20, RPI 10. And time is It's a two-score game. Time is running away on RPI right now.
Yes, it is. And you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Engineers not playing well today at all. They're still in this game, but as Kurt said, the clock is against them at this point.
Not a fan. Let's see if Union goes to the ground game right now. They want to get that clock down with a two-score lead. And, yep, that's going to be a running play on first down. That's going to be a first down on first down as Irabor is out past the first down marker. He is out of bounds at the 49. So Union will keep the clock running. We'll be shortly under 10 minutes to play. It'll probably spot at the 48. Under 10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Union up by 10, and the clock continues to run.
Irabor is well over 100 now.
First and 10 for the Dutchmen at their own 48-yard line. Everybody on the left-hand side. Irabor is going to take the handoff, and he gets to the RPI 48. If you're here watching, you can clearly see the 40-second clock, and Union's going to be running that down as much as possible. No desire whatsoever for the Dutchmen to snap this ball quickly.
RPI needs a turnover.
Three receivers for Union. Man the slot to the left. Irabor in the backfield. And Irabor takes the handoff. Goes left. Doesn't cut up field. Now he tries to cut up field. Caught at the RPI 49. Actually loses about a yard on that. The line of scrimmage was the 48 of RPI. And it'll be a third down and 7 for Union. 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Demboski and number 90, Womble, on that tackle.
Third down and 6. And that was Bellamy trying to take this one himself. It looked like that was a designed quarterback run. Send all the receivers out and then hope you got some space. That doesn't happen. He stopped at his own 48, and Union looks like they'll be sending out the punt team.
It's Womble once again. Magnus Womble, sophomore.
Halpin to punt. Davies is back at his 20. Ball snapped. Kick is over Davies' head. And it's bouncing, and Union's going to keep it in the field of play. It is down at the 1-yard line. Nice coverage by the Union special teams. It bounced like around the 4 maybe, and it looked like it was headed to the end zone. The player who got back there first was able to bat it, and then it was down at the 1-yard line. It is a super long field right now for RPI. They need to go 99 yards for a touchdown. There are 7:07 left to go here. Fourth quarter, Union 20, RPI 10.
Yeah, RPI certainly not getting any breaks today, and Union's making their own.
There was a holding call that brought a touchdown back. That was a break for RPI. Let's not forget that. This could be a 3-score game right now. First and 10, RPI at their own 1. Down by 10. Union has not scored in the second half. The only score has been an RPI field goal. Marinopoulos throws, and it's incomplete. Looking for Davies, but that was overthrown.
Engineers buried in their own 1 yard line.
.704 to go, 2nd and 10 at the 1 for RPI. 4 wideout formation. Marinopoulos is looking left, throws. Davies has it at the 6 or 7, right around the 7-yard line, they'll say. So they get out of the end zone for running their plays, but RPI is now looking at a 3rd and 4 at their own 7. We're under 6:45 to play here. RPI needs to start running these plays quicker.
They keep looking to the sideline.
They have 3 timeouts, but time is an issue here. They need to start running these plays faster. It's been over 30 seconds since the previous play ended. 3rd down and 4 for RPI. Marinopoulos throws, and that's incomplete. Incomplete. It was intended for Smith, and Chambers, who right on the first series of this game was getting in the way of plays on pass defense, knocks that one away. And on 4th down, RPI is punting out of their own end zone.
Timeout. RPI.
RPI is going to call a timeout with 6:19 to go, and I'm not a big fan of this timeout right now. Down 2 scores, those timeouts are worth gold. Using one in what is almost going to be, certainly be a punting situation, you know, I would have just punted the ball.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but it must be something.
It's a 4th and 4 at their own 7. And they are going for it. Or they're putting the offense out there in an attempt to draw Union across the line. That could be what's happening here. Because Union has crossed a couple of times already today. That may be the plan. Try to get Union to cross and get the 1st down that way. Nope, they're going to run the play. Marinopoulos takes a snap. Marinopoulos throws, and it's incomplete. RPI turns the ball over at their own 7-yard line. Opportunity now for Union to really ice this one.
Well, they went for it. Quite frankly, I don't think they would have done much by punting it either, field position-wise, with 2 scores needed.
Dutchmen come out, up by 2 scores, 6:14 to go. They will start out 1st and goal at the RPI 7. Bellamy gives, it's a running play, and that's in for the touchdown. Irabor takes it in from the 7. Union leads 26-10.
Not much can be said. Irabor has killed RPI all day, and he just got the ball and took it in the end zone.
Helping out to try the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. That kick is good. 27-10 is your score with 6:09 to go.
Well, we talked about last week probably playing our worst game of the year and still getting to win.
Well, you play a bad game and you win, you need to take the lessons from that.
Well, exactly.
And I'm not sure there were lessons learned out of that one. There maybe were some, but not enough.
Well, it's more than one game for the passing defense.
RPI down by 3 scores. Came in 3rd in the regional rankings. That is likely to not be true. We won't get regional rankings after the NCAA tournament field is announced. The final rankings will be released later, but not before the field is announced. So we won't know that before we find out where RPI plays next week. Halpin kicks it. Taking it to the 20-yard line. Davies, 25, starts upfield, 30, and caught from behind at the 30. And he is down there. So RPI down by 3 scores with 6:04 to go. Elsewhere, Cortland's closed it up in the 4th quarter. It's Ithaca 24, Cortland 21. Hobart has a 21-12 lead on St. Lawrence. That's a later start. That's in the 2nd quarter. Alfred is destroying Rochester. That's 41-0 going into the 4th quarter there. Rochester, a very, very rough season for the Yellow Jackets. 1st and 10 here from the 34 RPI. Pass complete to Ackerman, at the 40-yard line, and he's out to the 44. Make that to 46, and that'll be a 1st down for RPI. $5:50 to go here, 4th quarter. RPI down by 17, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for McDonald on the slant pattern, but it was thrown too far in front of him.
Yeah, that was thrown badly.
In another game, which could have implications, although for RPI, less implications at this point. Frostburg State has a 21-20 lead over Salisbury. RPI was kind of rooting for Salisbury in that one. That's at the half, so I mean, it's not over. RPI rooting for Salisbury to see if Frostburg State could get knocked down the regional rankings, but it looks like at this point RPI is taking their own little journey down the rankings. Marinopolis on 2nd down and 10 runs with the ball, and Marinopolis is to the 50-yard line. That's a pickup of 4. 4. Third down and 6 at the 50-yard line. Marinopolis throws. That's complete to Cella near the 50-yard line. Cella is going to make it to the 48, and we've got a flag coming out late.
Personal foul. Defense.
It's a personal foul, face mask against Union, so that'll be an automatic 1st down for RPI, although you're in 4-down territory for the rest of this game. So from the 48, the ball will go to the 33. 5:09 to go here in quarter number 4. Union 27, RPI 10.
They're still fighting in there. You got to give these young men credit. They never do give up.
1st and 10, RPI at the 28. Ball comes loose. Is that a fumble or is that a forward pass? I believe they're calling that a fumble, and it'll be Union's ball at the Union 38-yard line. Very happy crowd on the other side as they get the turnover, up by 3 scores.
Well, that offense, I'm sure feels terrible right now, but they gave us a heck of a year of football so far. Doesn't look like this one is going to be attainable. Still got 4:53 to go, so you never know. But Marinopolis did a great job all year.
1st and 10, Dutchman at their own 39, up by 17 with 4:53 to go. Bad snap, picked up, and that's going to be down. Bellamy went to his knee to pick up the ball on the bad snap, and that killed the play immediately. If you're Union, that's fine. You got a 3-score lead, and the clock keeps running. RPI with only 2 timeouts left. and they need 3 scores, and they don't have the ball. And that is not a good combination. Second and 14 for Union at their own 35. Irabor takes another handoff, and he is going to be stopped at the 38, and that'll be a timeout for RPI with 3:56 to go.
Timeout. RPI. Second team timeout.
That is RPI's second timeout of this second half.
Hoggard on the tackle for RPI. Hoggard's played a heck of a game.
So what are the positives for RPI? Well, their strength of schedule is going up. That's a criteria in terms of seeding for the NCAA. It was down to 509. Union will be moving to 7-2 on the season. RPI's strength of schedule goes up. That is good. The bad news, RPI is going to be taking the loss in almost certainty. And that's going to hurt a lot more than improving your strength of schedule in terms of seeding. They will be down now with 1-loss teams, whichever 1-loss teams those may be. When you're looking for NCAA seeding, undefeated can move you ahead maybe of the Pool C teams, but now RPI with a loss is going to be grouped in that area. There are geographic considerations to consider as well. It's not just strictly 1 versus 32, et cetera, but you get that 1 loss, it may be tough to get a home game. Union on 3rd down, Irabor will carry the ball again, and he's stopped at the 37, and that'll be another timeout, and that's it. RPI's out of timeouts with 3:51 to go, and Union looking at 4th down, and they are going to punt the ball.
RPI trying to get on the board, trailing by 17. I think this is the first time RPI will have lost, if they lose it, this Dutchman shoes in like 5 years.
They had a winning streak going, did RPI. The last loss for RPI was here in Troy back in 2012. They lost to Union 34-28 in overtime. Ball's punted away. Halpin gets hit afterwards. Flag comes out. Davies takes it at the 30-yard line, and he's tackled at the 31. But Halpin got hit. Is this the 5 or the 15 on the roughing the kicker call?
Running into the kicker. Kicking team, number 45.
There's also a flag at the 31-yard line. So the referee's not aware of that. The referee's not aware there's also a flag back at the 31 on RPI side of the field. So and the officials need to talk. Last time RPI lost to Union was 34-20 in overtime in 2012. Since then, 5 wins: 31-28, 31-28, 23-10, 21-12, 20-14. Those were the 5 wins. And right now, RPI trails 27-10 with 3:41 left to go.
Running into the kicker. 45, the kicking team, tacked on to the end of the run. In addition, sideline warning, Union sideline, no yardage penalty. First down.
Okay, so the flag against Union was a warning on the sideline. There will be no penalties on that. The running into the kicker will be assessed at the end of the run. So RPI does have the ball here with 3:41 to go.
Offense comes on the field.
Now they're discussing where to mark this ball, where to put the ball. Jeff Behrman, that is the head coach for Union, going over to talk to the officials.
RPI.
RPI will have it at the 31 of the Engineers. That's where it's going to be. 3:41 to go here, fourth quarter. 27-10. Union leads RPI. Looking very likely they will ruin RPI's undefeated season, and the throw is incomplete. Marinopolis was hit as he threw the ball, and it goes incomplete on first down.
I believe Jack Riley was in there once again. Riley has been their big man on defense for sure.
Second and 10 for RPI. 3:37 left on the clock. Marinopolis dishes it off short. Ackerman has it, gets away from one man. 35, Ackerman to the 39, to the 40, and Ackerman is stopped. He got to the 41-yard line almost, and then he stopped. They're going to call it the 41. No, they're going to call it the 41. The guy with the yard marker said, "Let's go." And the line, he's like, yes, let's go. It's a first down. The line judge was like, "You're half a yard short." The head lineman said, "No, it's a first down. Let's go." So RPI gets a first down. First and 10 for the Engineers at their own 41. 3:15 to go. RPI trailing by 17. Marinopolis throw gets batted away, and Marinopolis, no, that wasn't Marinopolis. RPI Cella almost got a reception there. As it was batted back towards him, but it ends up going incomplete.
Yeah, just not a good day overall. Offensive line really not giving Marinopolis much time in this quarter at all.
Second down and 10 at the 41 for RPI. Marinopolis has time. Puts the ball up in the air. Does he have a man? Yes, along the sidelines. Gets it to Smith, and he's out of bounds at the, well, where are they going to put him? They're going to put him at the Union 30-yard line. 3:01 to go.
Last game of the regular season, RPI's had a heck of a year. Looks like they're going to have one loss, but they've played well all year.
Marinopolis on first down is going to throw the ball away, and he was trying to get it to Smith as he was falling down, so it goes as an incomplete pass.
Passer was outside the pocket.
Again,
ball got back to the line
they
of
were
scrimmage.
all over him.
2:43 to go. Not much. Union's not really guessing much here. It's RPI trying to pass the ball. They are out of time. Four wide receivers for RPI. Cella stays in the block. Marinopolis throws. That is complete to Ackerman at the 21 or 22. They'll say the throw progress at the 22. Not enough for a first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Tim Coyle on the tackle for Union.
Pass intercepted by the Dutchman. They're headed back the other way. Riley along the sidelines to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10. Riley is in for the touchdown. Riley with 2:10 to go makes it 33-10 RPI. Flags on the play. I believe this comes afterwards. Riley threw the football onto the roof. Ton of flags coming out. Hat came off because somebody already threw a flag, and now we'll be sorting all this out. I believe Riley is the initial flag here for throwing the ball away. So the officials are going to talk about this. Not critical in determining the outcome of this game. RPI already down by 3 scores. Did people get ejected? Because the officials are writing things down now in their little book. The referee is writing things down.
Would that affect the NCAA game?
No, it has nothing to do with it. Well, actually, it could. If somebody got ejected, yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes, I was not thinking about that. I didn't see a whole lot of roughhousing afterwards.
No.
I don't think there was anything to eject anybody.
I just saw two things. The football thrown and looked
After the
like
ball
half
was
the team
dead.
come on the field.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 7, throwing the ball into the crowd. In addition, unsportsmanlike. Union bench. Celebration foul coming onto the field. Third, unsportsmanlike taunting while the ball was dead. Number 43, Union. RPI is elected to exercise 1 try, 2 on the kickoff. 15-yard penalty on the try will be enforced, and then 2 15-yard penalties on the kickoff.
Okay, so it's tough to hear. The audio's not working that well at the stadium today. Everything was against Union. There was Riley had the initial unsportsmanlike conduct and the ball, throwing the ball on the roof, and then 2 more against Union. So they are assessing 1 unsportsmanlike conduct on the extra point attempt. That will move them back from the 3 to the 18 for this try. The other 2 will go on the kickoff. So all the penalties were against Union. That was the Union bench coming onto the field was the second unsportsmanlike penalty, and I didn't really hear what he said about the third one. Okay, so it is 33-10, Union leading with 2:10 to go in today's game. The touchdown counts by Riley, the interception return. So that counts. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So the fact that it was longer doesn't really make any difference. It's 34-10 in Union's favor with 2:10 to go in today's game. And now it'll be a kickoff for Union, a very long kickoff for Union. And the wind has really picked up here. I saw stuff coming off the roof. We are on the 6th floor. There's only the roof above us, and I saw stuff coming off the roof that made me think that it was hailing almost. I don't know what was up there. It's not there anymore. But we saw a box going onto the field, a lot of leaves. It really has picked up the wind here with 2:10 to go. But Riley's interception, a pick 6 for Riley, an interception and back the other way for a touchdown, has made this a 24-point lead for Union College. Bunch of penalties afterwards. They will not matter. And as Bob mentioned, does it matter for the NCAAs? No, none of the penalties were against RPI.
Well, I still got to give this team credit for the year they've had. They worked hard all year. They won 8 of their 9 games. And I think RPI should be very proud of their team. Always tough to lose the Dutchman's shoes, but we've won 5 in a row, so it was their turn today. That's for sure. They played well.
Union kicking off from the 10. That's Halpin out there to kick off from the 10-yard line. Boots it. Taken by Davies at the 36, to the 40, to the 45, 50. Davies to the Union 45, and he's down at the 42. So RPI starts at the Union 42, down by 24 points with 2:02 to go. That was a 79-yard return by Riley for the TD. Ball, by the way, I think is still on the roof. It might have gotten blown around. Yeah, there it is. It's all the way at the very end. So the football went farther. RPI puts Skivington out there now at QB. And RPI is going to get a delay of game penalty. They only had 10 people on the field.
Number 17.
So it's a delay of game penalty. This one is ending slowly and kind of predictably. We know how this one's going to go. We know the winner and loser out of today's game. First and 15 for RPI. Skivington hands off to, I think Scaglione is in there. Nope, that is Burnett. RPI putting substitutes in for the remainder of this game. They are not in a rush to run too many plays.
And hats off to the seniors. They showed a lot of leadership this year. Taught the young guys the RPI systems and how to win. Unfortunately, they didn't win the shoes game, but they've been a great bunch of young men, and they've been great leaders.
Second down, Skivington's going to take it himself. 45, Skivington dives ahead, and he makes it to the 40, maybe the 39. So the clock
Holding.
on a running play.
Offense, number 48, 10 yards, play second down.
Okay, RPI is going to get called for a hold here, and we're going to back this one up. So even at the very end, we can't get away from these penalties.
Well, this day started with my car and ended worse.
You've had a rougher day than most. Ball back at the 45-yard line for a 2nd and 24. Feels like watching the Jets sometimes. Okay, handoff. Goes out to the 50-yard line.
Number 5.
That's Kelly.
Yep.
Getting some seniors in there. Kelly is a senior. We have 55 seconds to go in today's game. Third down and 19, right at the 50-yard line for RPI. This may be the last play of the game. That is Kelly on another carry. RPI does not have to snap the ball again. And down by 24, there's not really a need to. They can if they wish. It's going to be 4th down. Why bother? So the clock is winding down here at the East Campus Stadium as it will shortly be official. The 5-game winning streak against Union is going to be over as RPI is going to take a loss here, 34-10, in what was, I'm going to say it, the worst game RPI's played this year. This was I think, a very good example. And it's final now here in Troy. Union 34, RPI 10 is your final. I think this is a really good example of a team having a few games where they had some weaknesses and the opposition comes in, looks at the game tape and says, you know what, let's do that. And it worked. And that's really what it was.
Yeah, it was really, for the most part, it was the passing game, but also anchored by the running game of Irabor. Irabor. He had 96 yards after 3 quarters. I haven't got any final stats yet, but he was well over 100.
Union's offense rushing. Irabor had 118 yards rushing.
118?
118 yards rushing.
How many did Cella end up with?
Cella had 115 yards rushing.
He had none in the 4th quarter. Are they after 3?
This is final. I'm looking at the final stats. 115 for Cella at the end of the game.
Okay.
I mean, the rushing yards, you know, the yards weren't that bad. Okay, it was 324 total yards on 59 plays for Union, 293 yards on 75 plays for RPI. Obviously, you start factoring in the number of plays. Union was getting 5.5 yards per play, RPI 3.9. Which is still healthy. I mean, 3.9 is going to get you a first down if you keep that up every play. But RPI ended up with worse field position. Union got it on RPI's side of the field a couple of times. RPI turned the ball over, which Union converted on. RPI had an interception and a fumble, both of which resulted in Union touchdowns. So there's 14 points there. You take that off the board, you got 20-10. You got a pick 6 that went the other way, and now you got 13-10, and it's a closer game. So Union capitalized on RPI mistakes. RPI turned the ball over more times, and Union was able to score points on that, and RPI was not able to do that the other way. Really, that's the game right there. Union also, because of those turnovers, got short fields. So the shorter field means they get, obviously, less yards needed for a touchdown, so they don't get as many statistical yards, but the defensive play getting the turnover combined with the touchdown by the offense, and that's really what matters. So the yards in the game were actually relatively close, and the score doesn't really indicate what the total yards were, but Union wins the turnover battle. You win the turnover battle, you tend to win games, and Union had shorter fields, and that's really what it was. The passing game worked for Union. They were able to get yards when they needed to on the passing game. Also, don't forget, Union had a touchdown called back on a holding call. That's also out there because the defender fell